What's up, y'all? We're gonna be checking out Headie one with the Matterball bars with Kenny Allstar, especially with this one right here. From Headie one and everything else too. Especially from the Matterball bars with Kenny Allstar. Especially we got with the Hall of Fame. So we got the Hall of Fame, especially with the Hall of Fame and everything else too, playing a part with this one right here. Like man, especially with Headie being on this too, with the Headie one Matterball bars, and he made it to the Hall of Fame. So, especially when this is coming from a Hall of Fame, this one definitely gotta be a different spot, and everything goes too, especially from Headie one from the Hall of Fame, and everything goes too, especially from the Matterball bars with Kenny Allstar. So, especially with this one right here and everything else too, especially when you got Headie one on it too. So, you know, comes with a different spot. You got the Hall of Fame and stuff like that too, but especially from the Matterball bars with Kenny Allstar.
But sometimes you really got everyone makes it to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, we can all talk. You see, not everyone makes it to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, we can all talk about numbers all day. But sometimes you really got to ask yourself, has your favorite rapper really changed the game? Headie one, it's that time again. Mad about bars for old time's sake.
Have you ever had the phone up, bro? Like, have you got a pirate spare? Is music on road, and I'm neither here or there. I'm sitting on Martin's chair, just feeling like life ain't fair. This trap phone flying, it's 5 a.m. I could never give Ryan there. I wrote Golden Boot in a bando. I had to do Christmas rapping. I didn't get no present, just slab man peeled back plastic. Imagine me not drilling and trapping, but going mainstream, living it backwards. I'm still going for the ends, would've been another virgin. Present, just slab man peeled back plastic. This trap phone flying, it's 5 a.m. I could never give Ryan there. I wrote Golden Boot in a bando. I had to do Christmas rapping. I didn't get no present, just slab man peeled back plastic. Imagine me not drilling and trapping, but going mainstream, living it backwards.
Ooh, hey man, you gotta really just catch up with that. He said, imagine drilling and this and that, but moving in backwards. Like everything was just backwards and everything else too. And then he said, man, he made a bootin' and a bando, a golden bootin' and a bando. Like, hey, especially with that whole spot too, like you doing it different. Man, you doing it at different points at this point and everything else too. But man, from everything going backwards to everything else too, man, it would mess up so many spots, especially with that, like how this is coming and everything else too. But man, he says everything else too coming through that, like, hey, especially you would really look at it. So everything else was wished like that, it would be, man, it would be different. How everybody be looking at things and
Christmas rapping. I didn't get no present, just slab man peeled back plastic. Imagine me not drilling and trapping, but going mainstream, living it backwards. I'm still going for the ends, would've been another virgin going out Atlantic. Those flaming hot, still let them smoke on the stairway. Cause all the crack smoke and a bando weren't really good for the British Airways. And we don't televise works, we just let them run with a hearsay. You been sat on the net like a plum, got caught in the flesh, now it's all gone pear-shaped. Me, I worked arms and I made them do leg day. Me, I done O-way and I done M-way. In the flesh, now it's all gone pear-shaped. Me, I worked arms and I made them do leg day. Me, I done O-way and I done M-way. Got banned and it fell back.
Ooh, and I did M-day, made him go leg way and everything goes too. Hey, he said, man, it's leg day. Ooh. Like everything else too, man, especially with that, like, hey, that was everything else. He really just got, that's why I say he's coming from a whole different, like, gen spot, like.
Sat on the net like a plum, got caught in the flesh, now it's all gone pear-shaped. Me, I worked arms and I made them do leg day. Me, I done O-way and I done M-way. Got banned and it fell back 088 and then I ain't slim since Kimpembe. 6 years in, if you're wondering how, cause class ain't temporary. I still don't lie to the Gen Z, gas are the worst like Ahan Jenke. On pause on John 1 3 done press play, mad about bars with mixtape madness. Second day home, that's when I linked Kenny. He ended up hosting drillers and trappers. Really went mainstream, keeping up badness. Now 6 figures in taxes, yo. I said spin that cute tree half of the time with a spin that Atlas. Had a mash and a passy, get a ding dong heated seats. Nobody in the gang can sleep when we're out trying to get us a GBG. Winter time is demon time, gunpowder in the air like B&B. Heated seats. Nobody in the gang can sleep when we're out trying to get us a GBG. Winter time is demon time, gunpowder in the air like B&B. Black on black crime to being nominated for a BET. But they always try to draw me, yeah, I've been trying to tell them leave me be. Had me out there trying to make a corner jacked. Do it like a DVD. I've been on the wing eating keys from the Surrey hat to the Burberry hat.
Ooh, hey, what, man, I know I did not just hear that. Hey, especially with everything else too, bringing it back, like, hey, DVD, like when things was whooshed back then, like in the DVDs, you would have to play man, everything else, especially with that, like, hey, that's bring it back to the legendary times, especially with that too, like, man, DVDs. That's why I say music was different back then, like how it is now and everything else too, especially how we really looking at it, how we really pushing it, like, man, different you got different moments, like,
BT, but they always try to draw me, yeah, I've been trying to tell them leave me be. Had me out there trying to make a corner jacked. Do it like a DVD. I've been on the wing eating keys from the Surrey hat to the Burberry hat. Come home and I taught myself how to whip. I could have burnt that crack. Have you ever had so much beef? You don't know who's trying to pull up the Marlies activists likely. Damn them are trying to do Mokta and Abdullah. It's the early morning, the young boys out with a Hoover. They're playing soccer in the AM, they're coming like Jimmy Bullard. I'm feeling like Prime Barcelona.
come on, man. Hey, you hey, especially with his whole thing, like, you cannot bash him for anything and everything else too, cause man, he be killing a lot of these bars, like he be coming from the whole thing, like he said, everything else, Jimmy B, man, especially from that too, like,
They're playing soccer in the AM, they're coming like Jimmy Bullard. I'm feeling like Prime Barcelona. With his boots in the field, who put the World Cup in Doha. Come a long way from 2 on the daughter. Too much jaws got used to the sauna. Too much spill got used to the water. Too much blood got used to this. I didn't understand it, I got used to this. I didn't understand it, I got used to this. I got used to this. Yo, Kelly.
man, especially with this one right here, I feel like, bro, he got a different style, especially with the whole thing, cause I feel like you look at it now in the time where everything changed, man, it's been a whole thing, especially how everything else be playing a part, like, especially with everything else be playing a part, like all the other. But I feel like all the other Mad About Bars and Kenny was different on this one, because this one was similar, a little similar from those, but this one had like a little strange thing, like an old little push, especially how the rhymes were and everything else too, how the melodies and stuff like that. It was, man, this one had a whole nother sketchy thing to it. But I feel like, Headie One really got it, because, just to hop on something like that and just a vicious that and come through that, man, he really just nailed it with the whole thing, just coming in through the whole thing. But I definitely give it to Headie One, because Headie One, he be having the whole thing, especially how everything played. I feel like from the start, from the beginning, man, he just went from there, and everything goes too. But mainly from this one right here, and everything goes too. But make sure you guys comment and like